We've had to train inside. Obviously, you've seen the game on Saturday turned into a little bit of a farce in the second half, to be honest, in terms of the conditions. But credit to both sets of players. Both teams tried to win it. I thought with two great chances to win the game as well. But we'll go again next Tuesday. Obviously, training has been affected. We've had to train indoors at Ravenscraig and again this morning. So, but it doesn't affect our preparations, just affects where you have to train. Mark's been unfortunate with the form of the midfield three, to be honest with you. The four boys fighting for three spots are arguably my best trainers every day, the most consistent players at the club. So yeah, I can rotate that midfield three without it having too much of an effect, and I have to, because if you see the stats that them boys run, they do a lot of running for our front boys who get the credit for it. So yeah, we have to rotate it a little bit, but I don't think we need wholesale changes. I think there's a lot of good stuff, and other people have to wait their chances, like Mark done, and when he got in, he's certainly taken it. Tony, he got 10 minutes in the Hurricane, but he played another 45 minutes in the reserves yesterday. I think Tony's still a couple of weeks away from being fully sharp and fully fit. When you haven't played for a little while, that obviously takes its toll. So at the moment, Tony will still be involved from the bench and hopefully gives a spark when he comes on, and we'll continue to work over the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of games coming, so we may get a start coming very soon, but we still need to make sure his sharpness and understanding of what we want from him as well gets better as the weeks progress. It's massive for the football club. You're always having things hanging over your head, and every time we sold a player or we got the cup final, it was always, well, we have to pay off the debts again. Debts that a lot of people here weren't involved in at the time, but historic debts kept holding the club back, in my opinion. And I think now it's a time to build again, to invest in the playing squad, the infrastructure, the ground, the training ground. Our training ground and our academy, as much as we've done so well from it, it needs to be upgraded massively to continue to try and attract players and go forward. And as a manager, I won't stand still. I want to keep trying to push the club forward. Alan Burrows wants to keep pushing the club forward, as do the board. So I'm sure they'll have a plan for the next 5 to 10 years. They've done what they said. Fantastic credit to everybody involved. We, as a football club, we've made a lot of money through selling players and being relatively successful on the pitch as well, backed by the Well Society. So it's now time to move on. It's now time to start building again and try and keep the club where it is, and within our means, keep building. Let's have a very good relationship with the board and the chairman. I know the parameters. We aren't going to change that. We get 4,500 people. So if you go and overspend, and I'd love them to. I'd love to get more money to spend on players, but I also know the reality of the situation. We can't take the club back into debt again. My budget won't change. It'll stay exactly the same, and that's what it is. It's not something that they've sold me someone and taken it away. That's what it is. But what I will say is we have to invest into the youth setup more. We have to invest into the infrastructure more, and keep building on that. And as I say, the budget might go up and down by a few £100, but it's not going to change massively. We are what we are, and we live within our means, and we've been very successful doing it. I think it might take a little while for them to come through again, but we've got boys in the background I think will come next season. I don't think they'll come this season, if I'm being honest. I think they need another 6 months football. Some we've put out on loan, some we're keeping to develop. So they come in cycles. Youth players come in cycles. You get a really good 3 or 4 years, and then it sometimes takes another year or two for the next cycle to come through. So speaking to Stephen Hamill, I know we've got a really good squad. I think it's under 14. If I'm still here by the time they come through into the first team, we'll be absolutely delighted. But we've got Dean Cornelius, we've got Ross McIver, we've got we've got younger boys that are training with us all the time, and we'll continue to push them. This is a football club. Jimmy Semple, who's injured at the moment, unfortunately. David Turnbull, who's coming back again. But this is a football club. If you're good enough, you play. Simple. If you're not in the team as a young player, you're probably not doing it yet, or you're not ready yet. So we will continue to put them in and keep searching for those people that we've found from England as well. They've gone on a decent run. They've similar players still. They've a similar style. They've not changed their style. They've not changed the way they play. They're a tough team to play against. They'll put balls down the side of you. They'll be aggressive in midfield, and as you say, they're on a good run, so they'll go into the game with confidence. But again, we go in sitting in third place, so we've got to go in and believe in what we do and try and stamp the way we play on the game.